So you do have some unhappy receivers out there, Andrew. Any prayer the Patriots land in their orbit?
Oh, we can pray all we want. I might be praying myself at this point. 4 years in the Patriots beat, not a good receiver in sight. But I would think no. Justin Jefferson, I think, is a pipe dream. You don't kick out Kirk Cousins just so you can pay for a rookie quarterback and not take advantage of that contract. Aiyuk is the most interesting one to me because I think T. Higgins just said earlier this week, I'm going to play in the franchise tag, that's it. But Aiyuk might be able to be had for a second-round pick, which is roughly what Stephon Diggs went, and then maybe a later pick. The question is, to me, are you a rebuilding Patriots team now facing the second hardest schedule in the league this year, willing to give that up?
All right, yeah, but you give up a second-round pick. If you can get Brandon Aiyuk for a second-rounder, the only question is, how good do you think he is? I think he's very good. Like T. Higgins, I'm not sure. T. Higgins, had some injuries last year. I think he's just a number 2 receiver. People project him as a 1. I think Brandon Aiyuk is on his way to being the best, if he's not there already, the best receiver for the Niners.
You guys are missing it, though.
Oh, the Patriots won't pay the money.
Right, yeah. So a second-round pick for a receiver on his rookie contract makes perfect sense.
And then now
a second-round pick for a guy that you got to pay top dollar to. Okay,
yeah,
that makes less sense to them.
Pay top dollar to, but would you do that? Like, I think that deal for Devontae Smith is very fair.
Yes.
And it's less than they're paying A.J. Brown.
But I think Brandon Aiyuk goes, okay, thank you for doing that. That's my floor, my bare minimum. I'm better than him. I could be a number 1 elsewhere. Because you look at Devontae Smith, I think he's a good number 2.
Does the league think that Brandon Aiyuk is better than Devontae Smith?
I mean, I think they probably think he's better than Deebo Samuel. He's had 2 1,000-yard seasons. He's younger. He's more dynamic. It's not just quick. It's fast. Oh, and now he's learned how to run routes. Like, that's a guy who can win from any position on the field against any other defense. What more do you need?
Well, with that endorsement, I say Felger sign. I trade for him and then give him the money. You got plenty of money.
Yes.
You use up that fake cap.
So I've told
fake cap.
It's not a cap thing. They don't want to spend the real money. They got all the cap room in the world. That's not the problem. The problem is the money. I told this to you a couple of weeks ago, Mike.
They'll never have it.
I don't know if the Patriots will ever have a true number 1 wide receiver. It's possible they get lucky and draft one in like the 2nd or 3rd round. But when it comes time to pay him in year 4, year 5, I don't think they'll do it. I think they'll deem those to be bad contracts. I think they'll deem it to be a position that is now so target-rich at the draft that we can just reload and start over at that position, which I think a lot of teams are doing. And I think the Patriots would be all too happy to be that same team. So I honestly don't think you're ever going to get that guy. You might draft him, but that'll be luck, and he won't be here for long. And I just think that's what you're destined to be here because they don't want to give up bad contracts.
I don't know. You sound like a beat dog who's watched Bill Belichick handle too many drafts and just miss receiver after receiver after receiver. I think there's a chance. They did a good job at drafting receivers in Green Bay with Elliott Wolf. We go down the whole list of names. Even small school Greg Jennings.
Never the true number 1. I mean, Devontae Adams, they did, 2nd round.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah, Fresno State.
Came time to pay him?
And they didn't pay him.
They gave him one contract. They didn't give him the big one.
All right, well, at least Elliott wasn't in charge there. Now, granted, there's a different ownership dynamic here than there is in Green Bay. But I would just say I think there's a good chance they hit in a receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round. We know they're going to take one. We know this is a receiver-rich draft. We know at some point, by the odds, the sheer odds that you have to hit on one here in New England, I think this is the year. But you're right. When it comes time to pay them, who knows what the receiver market looks like then? The cornerback market's changed. The offensive guards are getting $20 million. But I think they're going to get a good receiver.
This might be going the
good, but not number 1.
You know what, Felger? This might be going the Patriot way and the Packer way in that you're hearing more and more upset, disgruntled wide receivers. So what happens if you have one of these guys who wants to get paid, then he's going to get a big contract. But let's say you got 5 of them. You got 5 angry guys who play the same position. You know what that means? The market is depressed, and the Patriots might be able to come in, get their number 1 receiver who they don't pay what we think market value is because there's so many guys out there.